Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today I'm a little bit scared, because in this video, I will be releasing a negative opinion of photographer, and every time I seem to do that, 104 photographer simps come and just absolutely harass me about being a noob, yada yada yada, all of this. Because I said something bad about the character that they behold on a literal pedestal, even though it's a video game character. Moving on. Yeah, so if you're a photographer simp, or if you're gonna be an asshole in the comments, kindly get lost. I don't particularly want a bunch of negative comments or dislikes for that matter, but I kind of just feel like it's going to get those anyway, because once again, you can't say anything bad about photographer. But today I'm going to be going over why photographer is bad and why he needs to be reworked. Now, there are a few reasons why I think that is, but none are most honestly the biggest to me. Except for the fact that he's really, really annoying to play against. And I don't mean that as in the sense that he's hard to play against or that he's overpowered. Don't get that in your mind. I understand that he is a relatively weak hunter, and if anything should be at least buffed, but he's so annoying to play against. And this is opinionated to me, but I personally feel like kiting is, honestly, I think a lot of people feel this way as well, is that kiting is the fun part of the game. That's the reason why we play matches, and it's the fun part of the matches. No one wants to sit there and decode for hours. We want to sit there and kite and rescue and stuff like that, but photographer sucks all of that away, and it turns into more of a game of hide and seek than it does a game of Identity 5. And that's annoying. Like, I absolutely despise having my AFK image hit, and then put in a chair, and then going off to have to hide somewhere, or go to have to try and rescue that, take a huge detour, then I'm injured, after the fact. So it's more of a game of like cat and mouse. I mean, which is technically what Identity 5 really is, the concept. I meant to say hide and seek. I don't know why I said cat and mouse there. But it's like, it's so annoying when I'm just decode minding my own lovely business, and he downs my photo image, and I'm like, oh well, fantastic. I get to go sit on the ground for a little bit, without even getting to really do anything, but decode on the damn cipher machine. And it's the same thing when you get put in a chair in the real world and they take a photo. It's like, oh, go away. Allow me the chance to kite. Because a lot of the time, they're going for you, and you can't get your own photo image, and your teammates are too fucking dumb to get it for you. So you just go down. And it's like, oh, what's even the point anymore? So you just go down after the photo world anyway, so like, what's even the purpose of kiting? Like, you can kite for that long, and then it's curtains, which is annoying. It's super irritating. Not to mention the fact that he can just jump out of the camera world at you, which is not super strong in itself, but it can be really frustrating sometimes, when they just blink into existence and terror shock you off of a cipher. I have been very angry over that in the past. That's probably one of the times I've gotten the most angry at this game, is playing against photographer, because, like, when other hunters down me, it feels like I either played bad or they played good. When a photographer downs me, it's like, oh, I got unlucky. Okay? And you can get unlucky at other times. I'm not, like, saying that that's not a thing. There's a certain amount of luck. But, like, photographer, I never feel like he's down me because I made a mistake, or I made a bad decision. I failed. I feel like he downed me just because I got unlucky, and I just happened to be where he was. I'm sitting on the ground because I happened to spawn where he was, and didn't have enough time to get into a good hiding place. Like, when you see a camera, You obviously go and try and hide. Sometimes you don't have enough time, though. Especially if you don't have any advanced warning. Like, if I don't see a camera right away, and I'm playing solo queue, then it's kind of hard to see that, but you go and hide, and then they find your photo image, and it's like, well, he's downed me, but he's downed me just because he saw me, not because, you know, he did a cool blink, or because he tower shocked me, because he hit me behind a pallet. It's because he literally just saw me, and I find that incredibly frustrating, and it's super annoying. Even, like, I've been more mad, like, over the fact that I had to play a photographer game. Like, there have been times where I see it's a photographer, and I just shut my game down because I just really don't want to play against him. I would literally rather lose the rank points than play against a photographer. And I win most of my matches playing against photographer, even in solo queue, even without VC. I win most games against photographer, and I still fucking hate him. Like, does that not say anything about the character? Especially the fact that he's weak. That he can... Like, he's a weak character. Like, we all know this, right? And he just... it's so frustrating, because it's like... I've been more mad about winning the game and having played it. Like, I could force Survivor a photographer with teammates. And I'd still be mad about that match, and I'd still hate that match, and I still would not want to play the game anymore. The minute I play a photographer game, a lot of the times, like, I just want to stop playing. Because he drags the games out for, like, unnecessarily long, and just to give himself an actual chance at winning. And even when that fleeting moment of kiting comes, it doesn't feel earned that he actually gets a down on you, or even that you made a mistake to allow him that. It's so annoying. But that's just how I feel about it, honestly. Alright, so now that I'm kind of done my stupid rant about why I personally despise playing against photographer, I was going to do it all in one take, but then I kind of went on a tangent about hacking, so, which is, by the way, very prevalent in photographer players, more prevalent than you would realize, or more prevalent than you would think. But I've already gotten off topic. Let's go into the other reason why he should be reworked, and that's the fact that he fucking sucks. He's horrible. He has, like, next to no chase, and basically, if you're not in the photo world, if you're not using that photo world, he will pretty much never be able to down you. Basically, all you have to do is loop him. If he doesn't have confined space, he's over. If he does, then you can just kind of transition him really easily. There's nothing really good about him. Even with his footsteps, you can know when he's doing that, so you can be like, alright, well, I'm just going to go the other way now, see you later. So even those aren't even a great counter to the anti-Taikite. Honestly, you basically have to run confined space with him, in my opinion, because the Taikite is so bad. His map pressure is also just absolutely shit, and his camping, it doesn't exist. It's like a bloody queen camping, basically. The only thing that he can do when he's camping is set up an image, which puts you in the chair, which I already touched on, and then you get downed when that photo actually ends, but your teammates can get you if they're not actually stupid. Your teammates can get you out of that chair, and then you could just kite him like normal, and you can just kite him for like another 60 seconds or however long it is. Even if they have blink, it's still going to take them a long time, because they probably had to use it once to get you down in the first place, unless they got you chaired in the photo world right at the beginning and found you. But even then, with rescuers like a mercenary on your team, that's not even going to really matter. And I know mercenary gets hard countered by photographer, but he still has a lot of elbow pads, so he's still pretty good against him. Mercenary is just kind of pretty good against everybody, even without his process damage. His elbow pads are still really good, and Not to mention, if the rescue is like a gravekeeper or something, you can't stuff that rescue at the best of times, even when you basically have to get a terror shock. So he's weak all around. Everything that makes a hunter good, he does not have it. And I really don't understand why everybody likes him so much. It honestly bothers me. But I've kind of been thinking, or trying to at least think, about how he could potentially be buffed, to most importantly make him fun to play against. Because I speak to a lot of people that are just kind of like around the Griffins and the Unicorn tiers, and a lot of them say that like a lot of people say that he's not good. He's not a good hunter, but he is, like, basically what I said. He sucks to play against. He is boring. It's a bland game, and it makes you not want to play anymore. Now, this could be just a small sample size. I mean, obviously, like, the general public could probably feel different, but, like, basically, whenever I talk to someone that's really into, like, playing a lot of rank matches, that's basically the general consensus. And a lot of people won't say that just because they're like, oh my god, it's a Joseph, and simp over him the entire match to actually just get over that boring game. And that's like a distraction. Maybe that's why people do it. It's a distraction from the actual boring-ass gameplay you get from him. But yeah, so I was thinking about ways that maybe we could potentially make him better, which I don't really know. To me, his concept is kind of broken in the sense that it's either going to be too weak or too strong. I don't think you're ever really going to have a happy medium with the photographer. I would like to see him reworked, though, in a way that would make him fun to play against, or at least not absolute make me want to close my game every single time I see one. Like I've done it. I've had, like, if I've had a bad rank match, I see a camera, I don't even care about my points. I close it down. Doesn't matter what account, what tier I'm in. Sometimes I'll just close it down. I've done it in high tiers, and I've done it in low. Well, I've not really done it as much in low tiers because the game can normally be over quickly, and they don't always use their cameras to slow the game down, like, to a ridiculous pace. But that's stupid. Like, it's just awful. Now, I like to provide solutions on what I think that could potentially be done, but like I said, I honestly don't know. I don't really know. He just seems like a hunter that if you buff him too much, he'll be way too strong, and if you try and make him balanced, he'll just be too weak. And I don't think there's really a way to have a happy medium in between those. Personally, I think if they were able to buff him a little bit, make him stronger, but find a way to decrease how long his games against him take, then I think he would be a much better hunter. He'd be a little bit stronger, and he would absolutely be less of a absolute fucking pain to play against. But yeah, that's what I gotta say about that subject. Kind of a random video, but I'm trying these new kinds of, just talking about my opinion videos. Seeing how that goes. I'm assuming this won't do great because, people don't like other people's opinions. They don't want to hear your opinion. They want to hear their opinion coming out of your mouth. And it feels like every time I try and express a negative opinion about photographer, like I said in the beginning, I get absolutely harassed. I mean, not like harassed, but just gone after by photographer mains and photographer simps. Is annoying. Every time I try and throw my 2 cents on it, it's like he's boring to play against. I just get absolutely, like, attacked on it. But if I were to say the same thing about a Hell Ember, like, that wouldn't happen. I could say the same thing about pretty much any hunter. That wouldn't happen. Is really just photographer, and the characters of the community is just idolized for some reason, which is another video in itself. Yeah, subscribe, comment if you want to see a video about how actually stupid this community can be sometimes. And yeah, also links in the description that you should maybe click on. Peace.